So this was the rabbit feeders I was using before for my feed, and this is the one I changed to. This is the feeders I want to be using currently in my farm. There are a few reasons as to why I want to be using these feeders. There are some advantages these particular feeders have that this particular one does not have. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I changed from these feeders to these particular feeders. And I'm also going to be teaching you guys how to make these particular feeders. So if this is your first time coming across our channel, in this video we teach you how to become a successful rabbit farmer, a successful rabbit breeder, and also a pet owner. So if that's what you find interesting, consider liking this video and subscribing to our YouTube channel. So first of all, let's talk about these particular feeders here. This was the feeders I was using in my farm before. I'm still using some of these for my feeds, but I'm planning to change all of them to this particular one. As you can see, look at this, how this particular one is. I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I changed this particular feeders. So one of the few reasons why I changed these feeders is because of food wastage. Most times you will come to your rabbit cage, you'll notice at this their poop collector, you'll be seeing some droppings of feed. You'll be seeing some droppings of feed in the poop collector. These droppings of feed is as a result of the rabbit scratching these particular feeders. Based on this feeders is open. The feeders is open in a way whereby if the rabbit scratch it, the feed are going to be dropping out. You might be thinking those feed they are scratching are nothing, but they are wasting your money. Yes, you bought those feed with money, and they are not taking in all the feed you give to them. Let's take for instance, you want to be feeding them a handful in a day. How I feed my own rabbit, a handful in a day. They might even scratch up to and waste up to even half of that your handful. They might waste up to a half. So they will end up eating. They will end up eating just half of. Sorry. They'll end up eating just half of the handful you put in for them, whereby resulting in not growing very well because they're eating maybe 50 grams, or they will result to wasting your feed, whereby wasting your money, that is your farm resources. So that's why I decided to change to these particular feeders. In this particular feeder, the rabbits can't waste the feed. Let me explain to you guys. Let's do a little practical so that you can understand what I'm saying. So if I get my feed now and put it in this particular feeders here, this is my feed inside this particular feeders, and let me use my hand now as, for instance, rabbit. You know, especially for those of us that use mesh feed, that these dusty feed, not pelleted feed. Now for those of us that use dusty feed, we are the ones that will really experience this kind of issues in our farm, because the rabbit tend to scratch the dusty feed a lot. Yes, so if they scratch this particular feed, you will notice that they'll be using their hand to scratch the feed in a way that the feed will start coming out from the feeders, dropping through the their wire mesh and coming down here, whereby it's a waste for us as the farmers. So they will tend to scratch it in a way they are looking for maybe these seeds, or maybe they are looking for the pellet. They'll be scratching it and wasting the feed. But if you are using these particular feeders, the rabbits can't waste your feed. Let's take for instance our feed is in this particular feeders now. Inside here, just maybe the rabbit's head can go in here. If they scratch the feed can't come out of the feeders. They won't even have that space to scratch the feed because of the way this place is curved. As you guys can see, the way this place is curved, they won't have that space to scratch this feed because of the way this place is curved. Yes, so this particular feeders helps to save your feed, although this particular feeder have some advantages that this one does not have, which is this one is very, very thick. Yeah, this one is very, very thick in a way that even if you throw this particular one on the floor, it might not really break. Like this particular one is really new. Let me show you guys an example, maybe one of the old ones I have. These ones are really, really thick. Yes, so these are some feeds. I need to change this feed, so let me show you guys an example. So these are some of the feeders I have, the old ones. Even if I throw it on the floor now, these ones are really, really strong in a way that even if you throw it on the floor, they won't break really, really easily. But I can't try that with this because this one has a very, very light nature. It has a very, very light nature. If I throw this one on the floor now, it will break, it will scatter. Yes, so that's the particular advantage this one has over these particular ones here. That's the advantage this one has over this particular one. But the reason why I prefer this one is because of the food wastage. Because come on, I'm not going to be throwing them on the floor, so my feeders are still going to be safe. All I just need to do is put in my feed this way inside the feeders, then put in for my rabbit. So I'm going to be changing some of the feeders for my rabbit today. Normally I used to moist my feed because I used to moist my feeders. I used to wet it with a little quantity of water because of this particular feeder. Because if you wet it with little quantity of water, they tend to not scratch it too much. Yeah, so I used to wet my feed with a little quantity of water so that my rabbit won't waste it because of the particular feeders I was using at that time. So, but for these feeders, I don't even need to be wetting my feed. Or if I like, I still wet it. Even if I don't wet it, they won't still be able to scratch it or waste it. Yes. So I'm going to be putting little quantity inside the feeder. Even if I put my rabbit can't waste it, as you guys can see. So that is how my feeders are now. As you guys can see, these feeders are really nice and clean. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make these particular feeders. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make it. So in case for those of you guys that want to start making this design of feeders, the feeders are really nice. The feeders are really nice. This is how it is. My feeders are in there. So little quantity for my rabbits, maybe morning and evening. That is how I feed them. So although this particular feeders has its own advantage than that other one I put in there, it has its own advantage than that other one, but I want to stick to this one. If I like the illustration I did now, if I say I want to throw this one on the floor now so that you guys can see what I'm saying, if I just throw it on the floor now, it's going to break. But I'm not going to try that because I know it's going to break. Yes, so this particular one is what I'm going to be using for the water, because this particular one has advantages in water side more than this particular one. So I'm going to be using this one for feed, then I'm going to be using this one for water, because come on, this one is just really open. It gives the rabbit a free row to drink water. If you just put in water in this particular feeders for your rabbit, the rabbit is going to have like a free space. Rabbit love drinking water in a bowl form. Yes, so the rabbit is going to have like a free space for them to drink their water. You are not going to be putting their water in this other one because there is a way this one is being made. Yes, but this one is just really clean. For those of you guys that say if you can leave that inner plastic for this other one, yes, you can leave that inner plastic. Like, let me show you guys one of my feeders. Let me show you guys one of the feeders. This other one feeders, I'm going to be showing it to you guys so that you see. So you see the way I left that plastic inside this one. The plastic is being left inside this one. You can leave the plastic inside it for the feeders you are going to be using for drinking. Yes, you can leave the plastic. Like me now, I don't like leaving the plastic inside because these plastics are very expensive. One of these plastic goes for about 400 naira. 400 is about $0.5. So one of these plastic in here go for about 400 naira. So I don't like leaving it in there. Even if you give them water like this, they will still drink it. Although this particular one will last longer, though it will last longer, and you won't be seeing stuff like that Spyro Jira inside there. You don't need to be washing it always. Just put in little water, rinse it, and you are good with this particular one that the feeders are in here. That these plastics are in here. But this other one, you need to be washing once in a while. Yes, that is what I do. Once in a while, you need to be washing this particular one. So I hope I've been able to explain some few things to you guys. Why I changed from this particular feeders to this particular. Why I changed from this particular feeders to this particular feeders. So if you love the kind of content we do, please do well to like this video. I'm going to be teaching you guys in our next video how to make these particular feeders. So if you want to see that video, do like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the bell notification. When you will see a bell down there. Click on that bell, click on all videos, so that any video we drop, YouTube is going to tell you that African rabbit farmers have dropped a video, so you can come and watch the video. Thank you for watching this video. Do have a nice day, and until next time, peace.